It's so interesting you mentioned that, because transitioning then to, how the preceptor can prepare the student, how can students prepare for their preceptor, right?
Hmm.
And how do they become the best student possible? And
Right.
in addition to kind of providing that information,
Hmm.
goodies are great. Obviously everyone loves a little gift here and there, but what else can a student do?
Right. That's key. And then I would say when the student is trying to find a place, um, bringing in their background and how they can benefit the clinic is, I think, a really good idea. So, like if you're an ER nurse and you're used to a fast-paced world anyway, the fast turnaround, I would bring that up and tell your preceptor, that your potential preceptor, that this is what you're used to, and you can, bring faster turnaround to their clinic. Or, if you specialize in cancer care, or, something that you really do well, then bringing that up, saying, hey, if you have people who are that you're screening for cancer, then I can help out with this process. Um, so that would be, how you kind of get your foot in the door, is how can you make your preceptor's life easier? But then afterwards, going and finding out answers to questions that you both have during your clinical time, that's a really, really big key. And I think that most people will really appreciate that. I have one student now who learned about a different diet that a couple people are presenting for diabetics. And so she's going to
Is
teach
it
the
the
clinic about it.
is it the ketogenic diet?
It's not just that. It's
Oh, interesting.
yeah, it's more, I would say it sounds more along the lines of the paleo diet.
Oh, okay.
Not the processed stuff, lower fats, lower processed stuff, all of that. So it sounds more paleo, but anyway, she's going to bring us some teaching about it, because diet is always such a big thing that we talk to everybody about. So
Mm.
that'll be helpful for us. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I can't stress that enough. After dealing with, I don't know the number now, but I think in 2018 it might have been like 800 or 1,000 students.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of our preceptors always go back to the idea of not having that expectation of, just because they're your preceptor, they're going to do everything for you. It's
Right.
very much a, hey, they're agreeing to precept you often, oftentimes, certainly at the detriment of their own time. It's
Hmm.
typically more work. They have to work at least an extra, sometimes an hour, 2, 3 hours during the week, just to make sure their notes are done, right?
Hmm.
Their
Right.
charting's completed. So making sure you can continue consistently give them and do additional, um, to enhance their careers. Because the thing is that the difference between a student and a preceptor can easily be just 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
And the learning difference is comfortability, yes, but like you said, there's always a new diet.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So there's always stuff for all of us to learn. And I think when students are willing to bring in, hey, I read this article about whatever and it said this. So here we're getting the synopsis of the articles. We don't have to necessarily go find the article ourselves unless we want to. But that helps improve our practice. Yeah, absolutely. And I that's probably the reason I like students so much, is because I think I've grown so much as a provider just having
Hmm.
students who have done that for me.
Hmm. I I think in some capacity, for the entrepreneurs listening.